Darren, I've come to a conclusion. We're making your videos into a drinking game, and every time you mention soccer or say the word soccer, I'm taking a shot.
The only time I felt split in two was when I was still playing soccer. It was a time but it really only bothered me at soccer because in soccer I was on stroke. I think part of that was because it was soccer and I'm just so
Soccer! I'm just kidding. This is water. Like, I promise. This is water.
Lies.
Anyway. Okay, I'm gonna start talking about the topic now. And the reason I chose this topic was because, as you guys know, I was at my, family vacation last week at the beach. And, I love my family. Don't get me wrong, I do. But it drove me insane. Like, by the end of the week, I think that I was insane because I am Shane. This is who I've been for a year. This is who all my friends recognize me as. At my university, I'm Shane. Nobody even knows my birth name there. Well, some people do, but I mean, this is who I am, and this is who I'm going to be for the rest of my life. And then, no, last week I was not Shane. I was Rosie the entire week. It was bad. I didn't get any male pronouns. I didn't get Shane at all. Except for the exception of when my girlfriend came to see me for like 2 days. And that was it. I mean, like, I would go out in public and they would say he when I passed, but besides that, no. So I literally had to be a completely other person that I haven't been in a really, really long time. And it drove me up the wall.
That's your face.
Okay, so obviously the two people is like my male and my female side. And I don't like having to do that. Why did I do that? Because I had no choice. My family's a really weird point at this time. They're like, well, we know this is what you want and we know this is what you prefer and we don't really care. We're not really gonna do anything about it. We're not gonna try and say Shane. We're not gonna try and say he. They care about me tons, like, so supportive, but they don't try, and that's why I had to be the other person. How did I deal with having to do this to myself, and how did I integrate them is probably the same question. How I dealt with it was I tried to integrate them. When I was around my parents, not my extended family necessarily, but if I was around my parents, I know that they're not going to say Shane, and I know that they're not going to say he. But if it was, like, things that were obviously male and female, if they grouped me with the female side of it, I called them out on it. And I was like, no. Like, no, that's not how it is. Just, like, things where, like, we're sitting at a table, and my brother was there, and he was like, I hate being the only guy in the family, blah, blah, blah. And I'm just sitting there like, I just got to a point, and I think it was kind of obnoxious, but at that time I didn't care. Like, if my dad or my mom would call out, son, and I would be like, yes, here I am, what do you want from me? And they'd be like, we met your brother. And I'm like, oh, well, you should have been more specific then, or something. I mean, like, stuff like that. And I think they really started to understand by the end of the week that it's not okay for them to do that to me. And that's why I love my friends so much, because they never do that. Speaking of friends, one of my friends, she's on my video. Why are you always at my house on Tuesdays?
I don't know. Why are you always I don't know.
Tuesday. Anyway, she has a short little anecdote she wants to share about when I was 2 people at once.
Really, it was more like 3 people. This was like right before he came out. He was kind of confused about what exactly he was feeling, and I remember that like that was like in March. Anyway, we were hanging out pretty much every day. So like right before I come over, or before he came over to my house, he would call me and be like, should I be Rosie today? Should I be Shane? And then like he got a hold of one of my scarves, like a purple and black one that was all fancy and shit, and he's like, I'm gonna be Alejandro today.
I'll insert a picture, and it was right after the song Alejandro by Lady Gaga came out, so I thought...
Basically, it was Guido Shane.
Mr. Caliban! Bend over, girl, show me what you're working with. Bend over, girl, show me what you're working with.
Alright, so the question this week is one physical characteristic you would want to change about yourself. I know what I like. Like, I like my eyes, and people tell me I have nice eyes all the time. What I don't like... Well, okay, this is not exactly a male characteristic. I would want to be taller, and I'm a midget. And the thing is that, like, I'm really small, and I have really small feet, which I'm not saying that I, like, you know, whatever. And it's really hard to find clothing, like, honestly, and I can't buy shoes. Like, literally, I have to shop in the little boy sections if I want to find shoes, or most of the time they just don't have my size at all. So it's, like, hard to find clothing, and...
You're not that small.
I'm a 6.5. I'm a 6 in men's. A men's 6. No stores carry men's 6. So, that's probably what I would change. Like, being taller or just, like, bigger. Just a bigger person. I'm a small person. Have a great week, awesomes.